So now let's go on to discuss e-cigarettes and vaping. E-cigarettes are battery-powered devices that use a heating element to heat the liquid, which contains a nicotine, from a cartridge and produces a chemical-filled aerosol or smoke. These still contain the same chemicals as cigarettes, so they have all the same health risks as smoking a cigarette. And these e-cigarettes come in different forms. They look like pens, USB flash drives, phones, tubes of lipstick. Very clever marketing in e-cigarettes. The most popular e-cigarette is the Juul, which looks like a flash drive. It produces a little aerosol, so it's not very noticeable, but however, contains roughly the same amount of nicotine as a whole entire pack of cigarettes. So one cartridge in that vape or e-cigarette is equal to smoking a whole entire pack of cigarettes. And the liquid in these devices, they come in different flavors, and they mimic fruit, candy, make them very appealing. And these sweet flavors help mask the taste and the odor of the nicotine and other chemicals, so it makes it very more appealing and easier to get addicted. These flavorings are typically not even safe to be inhaled into the lungs, but they're in there anyway. These e-cigarettes can be used to deliver substances other than nicotine, such as marijuana and other illicit drugs. There is a high misconception that smoke that comes from the e-cigarettes is just water vapor, and that is not true. Whoever told you that, they lied to you. It actually contains nicotine, ultra-fine particles of diacetyl, a chemical linked to serious lung disease, volatile organic chemicals such as benzene, which is found in car exhaust, heavy metals such as nickel, tin, and lead, formaldehyde, which is used in household cleaners, nail polish, when a person is embalmed after they pass away. Formaldehyde is what they use to preserve the body. So those chemicals are all found in what you all may perceive as just the water vapor from the e-cigarettes. These chemicals, of course, are very irritating to humans. There is no regulations on what the e-cigarette makers have to put in these e-cigarettes, so there can be anything in there. We don't even know exactly what and all is included in it because they don't have to report it. The chemicals can cause irreversible lung damage. Once it's happened, there ain't no fixing it. There ain't no going back. Once you've damaged your lungs, they're done. It alters a teen's brain. Believe it or not, your all's brains continue to develop even into your mid-20s. And so by ingesting these substances, you severely alter your brain's development, hinder it from developing appropriately, and can cause some major issues. As we discussed, the vapor can cause irritation to your lungs, throat, and eyes. It makes you also more susceptible to catching the cold and flu. Vaping can lead to something called vapor's tongue, if you all have ever heard of that. It's a condition where the person's vaping unexpectedly loses their ability to taste the vapor juice. This happens because of the damage that the chemicals have on your taste buds. So you can no longer taste the juice from the vape. This usually lasts from a few days to several weeks, depending on how severe it is. We mentioned that secondhand smoke can be harmful. So can the vapor and aerosol release from e-cigarettes. Can they be harmful? And yes, they can. These particles stick to surfaces such as seats, furniture, and can expose these people who do not smoke to the harmful chemicals just by them sitting on the couch and them have never touching a vape before. Research has also shown that people that live with e-cigarette users can absorb the nicotine from the vapor as well. Absorbing nicotine is poisonous, and every year hundreds of children are poisoned just from liquid nicotine from absorbing that. Vapes are also explosive. People have been seriously injured from vaping devices that have exploded. This may happen when people use the wrong charger to charge the vape. They leave the vape charging too long, or if the battery or vape device touches keys or metal coins in your pockets or purses, it can cause it to explode. So now, if you remember, we mentioned that vapes and e-cigarettes can be used to smoke marijuana. So let's discuss a little bit about marijuana use.